wearing all black.
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
Hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking a shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire at the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.
Just do the intro.
All right, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aloha Press Podcast and YouTube show. Joined today by my multiple co-hosts. This is weird. If you're not actually seeing it on the YouTube channel, it's because I failed in post-production of mashing all these people together. But routinely, our co-host Jeff Bellotti from good old Amateur County, and we got Ben Smithers back. It's Ben, how we doing, man?
Good afternoon, JC. I need to really get in the habit of not calling you Officer Cardinal. But yeah,
well, that could get awkward. It's not a lot of people out here in Georgia know that I used to do certain things for certain government agencies. So we like to keep that on the down low. But it's different. So I was looking through our Instagram, YouTube, podcast stuff, and sure enough, last year at this day, we were all three together, lakeside in South Lake Tahoe for you guys' birthday. We did a podcast. And how does it feel? I mean, you guys are 1 year older. Jeff, I heard you're 31. Ben, what are you, 32 now?
34 now.
Okay.
Fuck, I wish I was 31, bro. I'm recovering from a 4-day bender right now.
It's you just don't bounce back like you used to.
Oh God, I don't. And working graveyards on top of it, not a good mix.
What? I don't know how you do it. Like I quit that life like a couple months ago, and I don't know how. I don't even know. Like me staying up till 1 o'clock is horrible. Like it's very hard.
I think that's why I go so crazy on my weekends, because work just wears you down, and it's negative most of the time. So I got to find all the fun on my weekend.
Yeah, no, I get it. Ben, how about you? When's the last time you went past the crack of dawn?
I'm old now. I can't remember that far back.
I know, right? It's like when people invite you over, they're like, "Hey, do you want to sleep on our futon?" And I'm like, "I will spend the $100 on a hotel." Like, it's no thanks.
Yeah, I'm a little bit notorious for having a nightcap or two, so that really buries me the next day. So I've tried to drift away from doing some of that.
That makes sense. I get it. It's but I mean, it's as we celebrated last year. I don't even know what golf tournament we're even covering last year, but this year it's recapping the WGC. Justin Thomas gets it done at -13. Ben, let's start with you, buddy. It's you're one of these co-hosts now. It's what the hell happened on Sunday with Brandon Todd? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, the big stage caught up with him. So
I guess
that'll happen.
I feel like the PGA Tour slipped something in his breakfast, because they do not want that guy to win ever again on the PGA Tour.
I did a first in the entire career of me watching golf. I was actually in the car, and I thought, why not try to find this shit on Sirius, right?
Okay.
They were coming down here. They had 6 holes to go.
Yeah.
And because it was my birthday, I got to put it on the radio. And I find the Sirius PGA channel. It was the most ridiculous thing I ever listened to in my life. They were whispering the whole time. I mean, and then the music, that background music, was like graduation music from a high school. It was awkward.
I'm fairly certain they're not on site. Even when everything's going well, I'm pretty sure that crew is not on site. So the fact that they were whispering just is the next level of golf.
It is, and it's so horrible. I mean, we got to get in on this announcing business.
We have to, because if these turds can do it on how do you even announce golf on the radio? How do you, I don't know. It's just, how do you create that picture? In basketball, it's easier. It's faster paced. I mean, I guess, I don't even know how you set it up. I would be horrible at one. I'd probably start drinking, because no one's actually watching me. So I'm probably doing it in my underwear.
I'm doing it in my underwear right now.
Are you doing?
Yeah.
Got it. We're ready to go.
So back to the golf tournament itself. Coming down the stretch, I mean, Justin Thomas, at the beginning of the day, it's something that we did not expect him to even be in the mix, really. I mean, the bigger story was Bones' caddy. I mean, playing with Phil Mixon for the first time, What was your guys' takeaway on Sunday with Bones not being paired with Phil?
Was Bones injured? Because he didn't look like he was moving too well.
He doesn't look real healthy, but I mean,
No,
that's the
he's
life of a
withering
tour
away.
caddy.
My question is, how many times did Phil turn to him and be like, all right, it'd be the 6-iron, and then he realized that, oh shit, my brother Tim's over here.
Right? Not my guy. Bones is on fire. Who's Bones caddying for this week?
So he's still gonna caddy for Justin Thomas.
Fuck,
Justin
I might
Thomas's
switch my pick.
He's something to do with some health reasons. Apparently some heat related sickness. They're doing tests. Apparently he's fine. It's just he's not going to be there this week. So yeah, it's Bones is back on the back. Was Bones the best broadcaster on Sunday? And he wasn't even broadcasting.
No.
No,
As
he
usual.
wasn't. He wasn't the best.
I mean, he wasn't broadcasting, but as usual, Brooks Koepka taking digs, at Bryson any chance he gets. I'm pretty sure he knows when the camera's around,
Yes.
and he can use that opportunity to, slide one in there.
The ants. What the hell is going on in Memphis with these ants? Like, have either one of you guys have played a lot of golf in your life. What is Bryson is trying to get a drop and some relief from some fire ants? What's the most dangerous animal you've ever encountered on the golf course? Is it ants?
So here, no, of course it's not ants. It's probably a rattlesnake or some shit up in Nevada. But me and you have experience with fire ants, and those motherfuckers they're nasty, right? I mean, they will bite the shit out of your legs. They'll crawl up your pants. But to think you're going to move your golf ball because it's got a twig behind it and you're going to move it because of a fucking ant, he's an idiot. I mean, the guys in Truckee were playing with fucking black bears running across the fairway.
Yeah, but he's trying to claim ant hole, he's standing on the mound, but claim dangerous animal. You get relief for dangerous animals. Claim that one. You had a better chance if you claim that. What are you doing?
He's a fucking crybaby.
He definitely is a crybaby, and I'm over his caddy. His caddy is a dick. He's just a jackass.
So is Bryson, though.
Well, I agree. I'm just saying, both of these jackasses are together, and they're just trying to punk the same official that clearly is following that particular group. And he doesn't give a shit, which is awesome. So Brooks made some comments the following day about this particular fucking anthill. He just keeps taking shots, and the golf tournaments haven't figured out just to pair these two fuckers together. Isn't that what we all want?
Not just us. It seems like everybody on social media is begging for it right now. It's like, just give it to us. And this week would be amazing. If they could do it the first 2 rounds out in San Francisco at a major championship, oh my God. Especially with Brooks wearing his new gear.
Yeah, pairings just came out, right? I didn't see them yet.
Yeah, the pairings came out.
Yeah.
They showed, Brooks is not, he's with, I think he's playing with
Lowry and
Gary Woodland. Yeah.
Opposite sides of the golf course.
Yeah, completely opposite sides. They don't want those guys anywhere near them. Nike made a special bus polo with Brooks's name on it. So, which is interesting because how the fuck do you have a bus polo running over fucking everyone's comments and making fun of everyone, but then you're wearing love and peace on the bottoms of your fucking shoes?
Well, here's the thing. Those shoes, right? He wore them one tournament, and he's advertising the shit out of them, but he went back to his old faithfuls last week, and he played well. But I just think that with the Brooks bus shirt, I have to get one. I mean, it's the Brinks truck with his logo on it.
It's awesome. It's absolutely. I mean, it's incredible content. It's just incredible that Nike's willing to do that. Brooks played okay. I mean, Ben, is Brooks's game back, and is he ready to defend a 3rd major championship?
Negative.
Why? Why is that?
I'm going out on a limb and saying no. I still don't think he's quite there I don't think the golf swing's quite ready for the pressure yet. That's where you get that left ball that he saw. I also saw him hitting balls on the range yesterday and slam down his driver just after hitting a few range balls. And I was like, dude, you're on the range and it's Monday. We don't need to be that angry. But
it was.
You're worrying me, Ben. I just got all excited watching his press conference today. I was bought in.
We'll get to his press conference because it's hilarious. We'll get to PGA. Let's finish up the WGC. Justin Thomas at 13 under. pretty much wiped away everyone. It seemed like the golf tournament itself it had some entertaining factors to it. It seemed like the rough was up a little bit. Bryson DeChambeau didn't play real well. These guys were playing for millions of dollars. Was JT was he the guy who should have won the golf tournament? Because it seems like he got a few breaks, particularly off a cart path, off a tree branch, clipped some wedges that did not look like they were going to stick, and they did.
Watching Jeff Bellotti out there.
Hey, I get a lucky bounce every now and then.
No shit.
I mean, JT pumped it, pulled it, hooked it through trees, into a cart path, over a creek to about 55 yards, and then makes birdie when he's not supposed to make birdie. Like, if it was Ben, that thing would have ricocheted off the first, like, cart path into a tree branch, into, like, a wasp nest.
Oh, no, it was going in the water for sure. No doubt about it. But I've seen this movie play out with Jeff many a time. Like, that ball makes it through there. It might as well have rolled across the path. Like, no problem.
It's I mean, is he eligible to win? I mean, was that a good victory for him?
Hey, I thought he hit a couple of really good wedges and some chips coming down the end when I didn't think he would. So I give it to him.
No,
Go ahead, man.
I think he got it done, right? I mean, and he said it in his press conference afterwards, right? You have to get some of those breaks to win, right? He acknowledged it, and he's not wrong. It does take a break or two like that, and he just happened to get 3 or 4 of them on a Sunday. Optimal time.
It's so he pushes his drive right over what appears to be like the X Grandstands FedEx Cup fucking. He pushes his second shot dead right into like a 25-yard chip shot, super tight lie, pond in the background. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I am blading that thing into the pond. How impressive was just that chip shot, knowing that he has an opportunity to win, seeing that Brooks went into the water?
I didn't get to see it. I had to listen to it, right? And the way the fucks on the radio were describing it, they made it sound like it was an impossible chip shot, and there was a good chance it was going in the water. Brooks just needed to make par, and they'd be going to a playoff. And then when I actually saw the chip shot, he chipped that thing to like fucking 6 inches.
Yeah,
he made it look easy. I'm like, what? These guys.
I don't hit green in that situation 9 out of 10 times.
The only way I hit that green is I take the Texas wedge out, okay, I am putting it to about 15 feet and give myself a par putt.
On top of the ridge, safe, away from the water.
Wait, I might put it in the bunker. All right, moving on. It's
so wait, who's got the PGA? What broadcast?
So it's a different setup this time. It's CBS.
All I know is
supported by ESPN.
Okay. All I know is I heard like a highlight the other night where it was Joe Buck calling something, and I know that he can't call major championship golf anymore, which just in by itself makes it worth it.
What? So the Joe Buck's not? I love Joe Buck.
Oh, he's the worst golf announcer. Get out of here.
Who was with him? I couldn't stand him. Azinger? Yeah.
Paul Azinger, who's now on the NBC broadcast.
I know.
What is wrong with you guys? I've been watching CBS for the last 4 weeks, and it's been just garbage. Like Nick
Dottie Pepper's the worst.
Nick Faldo now is on the Golf Channel coverage, so we get to watch that in the morning, and then in the evening we get to watch him again say the same shit over and over and over. But I don't know where I was going with that, but anyways, yeah. So it's CBS in the evening, the actual.
So does
coverage.
that mean that ESPN's got Thursday, Friday?
So they've got Thursday, Friday to a certain extent, and then also on Saturday and Sunday to a certain extent. They want you to essentially, like PGA Tour Live, they are making you subscribe to watch the actual featured groups on Thursday and Friday on ESPN Plus.
Dude, here's the thing. There's 2 things in this world, especially in the golf world, that I'm excited for right now. One is obviously this weekend's major championship, and then the other one is happening in October up at Edgewood. And that's about the only 2 things on my mind when it comes to golf. So
let's take a break of the PGA Tour, because it's definitely at times a little mind-numbing. And with the major championship coming into play, we've got our own major championship, the Aloha Classic, up at Edgewood Tahoe. Jeff, we sent you up there. We paid your way. I think you took a direct flight to Reno and then drove the 2 hours over the hill. You spoke to the tournament director, Mr. Fox. I mean, how does the course look? What are they doing? What are some of the changes we can expect at Edgewood? Are they cutting down trees? Are they cutting cups a little bit better? Are they adding sand? What does it look out there?
Well, they don't need to do anything. It's prime right now. The main thing I talked to them about was the tee placements, because we're coming up with our own custom tees, and we want to make sure that both rounds we set it up how we want it to play. And there's a few tough driving holes there that I don't know what you're going to want to do. If you're going to want to make it easier or make the guys struggle a little bit. So that's kind of what we did. I hung out at Harvey's that night, checked out the new rooms, looking for a place for a cocktail hour. Had about one too many cocktails, but Nevada is open. So you cross that state line and it's kind of anything goes, with the exception of a mask here and there. But, I think we're going to be all right.
I think we will. I was insured by Edgewood that we're going to have single carts. If you choose to take a single cart, they've got extra carts. If you want a caddy, they can supply those. We're not going to supplement them for you. But yeah, they're going to take the necessary precautions to meet all the guidelines that has been presented by CNN or one of those news media outlets. But the tournament itself, if anyone has any concerns or questions or thoughts that they're going to wait until the last minute to sign up for this thing, they are going to be rudely disappointed when they realize that these spots are all of a sudden taken up. So that's my 2 cents. Just sign up sooner than later. Buy your ticket. Come join us. We've got player gifts ready set up. We're designing some new gear for it. Ben, coming into Edgewood, what are some of the things that you're going to be practicing and doing in preparation for the golf tournament? Because we're going to be paying out 1 through 3rd. Someone's going to they're either going to get a big ass check, they're going to get a cup. I don't know what kind of design we're going to come up with trophy wise, but what are some of the things that you're going to prepare yourself for this tournament?
First of all, thank you for taking credit for me practicing occasionally, which never actually happens. I don't know. I feel like the short game's always got to be up and ready to go, right? If you're going to try to get it around that golf course, because you're going to have a few holes where you maybe lose one into the forest and you got to navigate your way out. And then you got to get up and down, right? That's just what needs to happen. Now, I'm not usually very good at that, but that's what you got to do. So I'm going to go ahead and, work on the game and try to get ready for that.
Makes sense. Jeff, while you were up there looking at the conditioning and adding your finer touches to the golf course, anything that you're going to be working on, to really prepare yourself? Are you going to be buying a TrackMan to really, get your yardages adjusted? Really take the science side of it.
Let me tell you, I didn't bring my golf clubs Sunday because I knew if I brought them up there with me, I would have played. It's 100%. But no, my main thing, like Ben said, we're not much for practicing, and I'm probably not going to practice much golf at all, except for playing this Friday with Ben and maybe a few more Fridays. But dude, the main thing is going to be hydration, because you give me a Friday and a Saturday night prior to rounds of golf, I've been known to have the shakes once or twice.
We got 2 p.m. tee times?
No. We decided premier tee times. Edgewood set us up with some good tee times so that we could finish and we don't have to worry about the daylight or anything like that. So
it wasn't the finishing I was worried about. It's driving.
It's
think about it this way. If you play well on Saturday, you got a later tee time on Sunday.
We've known how that's worked out in the past for me.
It's it's something that we're set up. We'll adapt as we need to. I'm sure several of the fans tap room, I don't know if we're gonna have any celebrities there. Maybe. I think we might have a few.
I'm working on one. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Me and Coach JB.
If you haven't subscribed to our Instagram, you need to, because when you do subscribe to our Instagram, you need to follow like 3 people in your life. One is the Aloha Press, and then 2, you need to follow Jeff Bellotti, okay, at Jeff Bellotti. Because he posts some of the funniest shit about 3 a.m. Georgia time, talking about lime scooters, cocktails, and some other weird shit, cigars, and like Coach Ed or someone. I don't even know who you're talking about half the time.
No, Last Chance U. If you haven't
Yes.
watched it, watch it. But Coach JB is my guy. Like, I love him. I love his style, everything about him. And he just created his own cigar and whiskey line, which those are two things that we love.
I agree.
So I went out on a limb and started calling him out through some videos and messaging. And let me tell you one thing. I'm not going to give it all away, but when I woke up Monday morning with a horrible hangover in my hotel room in Tahoe, I had a friend request from Coach JB.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I went and took a shower, telling my wife, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go try to slide into his DMs here after my shower."
That's
And
a
the
different
motherfucker
conversation
messaged
for
me
different
first.
people.
What do you have to say? Is he is there something in the mix? Give us a little taste. I don't want to know all, just a little taste.
We chatted a little college football.
Okay.
You know, and I'm working on getting him to Edgewood. The problem is when you deal with celebrities, sometimes you have to take care of them.
I don't know what that
So,
means. We haven't dealt with a lot of celebrities in our short
I
career.
might have to work a little overtime so I can pay for his entry.
You have to pay for his entry?
Hey, yeah, you got to take care of him. You never know.
What do you mean take care? We'll pay someone else's entry. What are you doing?
Hey, I gotta work some overtime. Don't worry,
No,
I got it covered.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's you want to take care of some celebrities entry. Can we add some other folks to the list before him? Maybe like, I don't know, Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald, Steph. Some of the, are those the untouchables?
That's gonna have the
I
fall
guess
off.
I'd have to get drunk and have them on Instagram and start harassing them probably Friday night if you want me to.
We might need to make that work.
Got a few spare weekends between here and there.
All right, Ben, take care of me this Friday and we'll make it happen.
So clearly it's we sent you to Edgewood, Jeff, and then we turned around and put you back on the G6, and it's clear you're in San Francisco. I mean, covering the PGA Championship. How is the weather in San Francisco? It looks beautiful.
Well, the early weather this morning with the practice rounds was a little foggy. As you can see, the sun's breaking through now. I'm pretty much going to have to hop on a helicopter to get back to my 12-hour graveyard tonight here shortly, maybe put some clothes on. But it's good. That's kind of my worry about this week. I wanted to pick Tiger so bad, but the weather, when I see the weather and him having to wear 18 layers to just try to stay warm, there's just no way.
He was on the TV to go warming up, and he looks cold.
Yeah, I can't pick him.
He looks rather cold. It looks like he had all the rain gear on, to include a scarf. I don't know if that was his mask, but it looked like he's playing in a scarf. I didn't know that was allowed. I didn't know we could make Aloha Press scarves and put them on in the summertime. It's interesting. So Ben, you've been to TPC Harding Park. You've played the golf course. Give us some of your insight. It seems like Brooks Koepka has explained in his interview that it's a big boy golf course with some big boy rough, and it's going to take someone's best game to be holding that giant trophy.
Yeah, I was lucky enough. I guess it would have been 2009. So I was lucky enough in 2009 to play it just after the President's Cup was there, literally like a week after, and it had been shut down basically because the night of the President's Cup, it had basically started raining. So for like 3-4 straight days, it started raining, played it about a week after. They had not had a chance to cut the rough at all since the President's Cup, which, during the President's Cup, it wasn't necessarily up, but when you can't cut it for a week, the rough gets pretty brutal, and I would imagine it's probably a little bit of what they're going to see this week. I did, first drive, just when I played it, I hit it about a step into the major cut of rough and spent 5 minutes literally knowing exactly where the ball was and looking for it and having a hard time finding it. So, and yeah, he's not wrong. There's some tee boxes that, you walk up to a tee marker and you're like, oh, there's another tee like 60 yards back. I'll go play that one, I guess. So yeah, it's a big boy track.
It's I've seen it on television a couple times. I've seen like some pictures, some short videos of the actual golf course. It doesn't look, at least it doesn't look that great of a golf course. Like I know it's a big boy track, and I know it's it's got a lot of history and stuff, but it's no Torrey Pines, it's no Bethpage Black, or is it? And they just haven't done a good job of presenting it.
I mean, on multiple sides of the golf course, one thing that they'll probably try to hide is the fact that, there's very large city streets that are kind of running because you're right in the heart of San Francisco, right?
Right.
So they'll try to hide all that on TV coverage. But I mean, at the same point, it's very much your classic style golf course, right? A little bit of back and forth. Obviously, you get the cypress trees there, which hit in the cypress trees, good luck. It may or may not come down, right? That's part of the dice that, somebody will lose a ball in the cypress tree this week at some point. But yeah, I mean, just kind of your old school classic golf course that goes back and forth, heavy rough. They'll narrow the fairways down, so it'll be tough.
It's Jeff. I mean, you're in San Francisco, and you're familiar. You and I have played in some difficult areas. And when I say difficult areas, I'm talking about there's a heavy population of people that appear to be camping. And I don't know what their particular situation is. I don't know what kind of life choices they've made, keeping these people down. What kind of security do you think some of these players are going to be having? Because I know that these guys are going to be camping relatively close to the golf course.
I think there's some similarities to Hagen Oaks, when you're going along the train tracks or the river. Who knows about the police presence? Are they even going to have security or cops? Or guys going to have their own private security to keep them away, like their caddy and then a bouncer? I don't know. But the one thing I will say, being here in San Francisco and getting to check out the course this morning, it reminds me a lot of Presidio, where we've played once before.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that feel, like Ben was saying, with the cypress trees and the older classic style. I don't remember much about that weekend because it was your bachelor party. I don't think you remember it at all. But
I don't remember the back nine.
Except for some corned beef at Lefty O'Doul's.
They shut that place down. I mean, it's probably we were there 2 nights in a row. For anyone that's listening and watching on the podcast and YouTube show, we decided to go to San Francisco for my bachelor party several years ago. We decided to play Presidio, which we thought, beautiful San Francisco. It's the middle of summer. What the hell? Why not? We get there and playing golf in 90 degrees, and then all of a sudden going to a place that is 52 degrees and just windy and just cold. It was a hell of a difference. So we decided to warm ourselves up with some bourbon, tequila, just anything. And, I just don't remember several of the holes, but it's, it's something that coming into the week, this colder temperature, Brooks Koepka made some comments about how the ball's not going to fly as well. And they asked if they were going to do some work on the TrackMan. I don't know if you guys watched some of Brooks Koepka's interview, but he explained that he doesn't need to rely on science, or he doesn't want to be a scientist to figure out how far he hits the golf ball, because he's been doing it for about 25 years. How is his chances this week at a PGA Championship? And any one of you? Well,
if you're going to ask me, so I'm going to give you my pick then. Since
okay, let's go with the picks.
About Brooksies, because I woke up this morning conflicted, right? For some reason, JT's in my head. Even Jordan Spieth crossed my mind.
Oh, wow.
And I can't stand Jordan Spieth.
On yourself.
And then I get to watch the coverage and I see Tiger putting. And I'm like, this guy just nails. He's won there. Like, I got to take Tiger. But then the weather. And then I got to watch Brooks talk to the media. And that guy fires me up so much with his doesn't give a fuck attitude about what anybody asks him or says. I really don't even know if he listens to half the questions. I'm picking Brooks. Big boy par fours. That guy can hit long irons. Like Ben said, if he can find the fucking fairway or get off the tee. That's who I'm going with.
All right, Ben. Who do you have this week, Ben?
Yeah, no, I think this week is pretty wide open. Could be a tough one. But at the end of the day, I think you got to be a ball striker, right? And I think you got to have pretty level head on your shoulders. So go with the guy that starts with an X, Xander Schauffele.
Okay, he played well last week. I think he finished in the top 5. Why Xander? I mean, the guy has really. I could not name the last tournament that he won and or how he did in the last couple majors, but why is he your pick?
I started looking at went real statistical here and looked up best ball strikers on the PGA Tour this year.
Okay.
And he is in that top echelon. Actually, I think Bryson technically is the one that's leading the way, but I think that you get some of that stat is for distance, so obviously that helps. But at the same point, I don't know. I've always thought that dude was going to have a chance. I like his game. I think he plays pretty smart, keeps the golf ball in front of him. I think that's what you need on a golf course like Harding Park.
Very good. It's something that, a lot of consideration. I usually pick major championships completely on the fly. I don't have the best record in the world. Last year I picked Kevin Na, which was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Don't ever pick Kevin Na for anything. I have no clue. I thought about taking Brooks Koepka, but it's something that I think I think he's going to struggle when he does get into the rough, especially with the left knee. He's got apparently like 4 golf coaches. I've taken 2 lessons in my whole entire life, and he's got 4 coaches. So I don't know who I'm going to take. It's something. Xander Schauffele is a good pick. I know I kind of want to pick this guy, but I kind of don't, just to irritate one of our guys in our group. But I mean,
you better
how
make a
good is
pick.
Webb Simpson playing right now? I mean,
Here's what I'll tell you. I'm sitting here. The coverage is on TV right now.
yes.
And right across the lake where the golf course is, he won at Olympic Club. So last time the major in San Francisco, he was your winner. So
it's to make it interesting, I like to mix it up, and give a little shit. I think I'm going to take Webb Simpson. That's my guy this week. I hate his comments. I particularly hate his golf swing. I don't really enjoy watching him, but I think the dude's been playing unreal this whole entire year, and he's up for Player of the Year. And I think anyone coming down the stretch who, deserves nothing less than another PGA Championship across the pond, Webb Simpson. So there you go.
yeah, I mean, he has as much of a chance to hit a shank this week as win. So with that golf swing, whatever.
Yes, that's very true. Is Tiger actually going to make the cut with all this cold weather?
I've learned not. I mean, it's one of those things like you don't bet against the guy, right? I'd say yes on that one.
Half waking up, but not only do I think he's going to make the cut, I think he's going to get top 10.
Really?
I think he's going to play well. I just not well enough to win.
Does Phil have any chance in the world?
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Okay, two
Here-
big fuck
here's a
no's,
que-
Phil. You hear that?
Here's the question. Me and Ben can't hit a fairway to save our lives, but we can hit more fairways out there than Phil can. So he's going to be in the rough all week.
And his shenanigans. Did you see what is on his putter? It looks like it's like duct taped and glued together with like some silly string or some shit. It is disgusting. What's up with that guy? I mean, has he gone crazy?
He's a senior now. What do you want from him?
I mean, how entertaining would the senior PGA Tour be with Phil on it, battling Jim Furyk?
And John Daly.
And
that
John
guy,
Daly.
he had to withdraw, right?
Yeah, so I was going to get to the withdrawals. So John Daly is one of them. Doesn't even officially say it on the telecast or anything. He just sends out a tweet that due to his health conditions, he's withdrawing due to there's going to be a lot of people around. He doesn't want to get on an airplane to actually go to the PGA Championship, citing COVID-19 and his health risks. Has that guy ever been healthy?
Define healthy.
I mean, the guy showed up drinking Diet Coke in a McDonald's cup, driving a golf cart last year, and he's now citing you're never going to be the best story in the world would be you come to San Francisco, you win the PGA Championship at 62 or whatever. He looks horrible, and then catches COVID and then dies. How epic would that be? I mean, you would be a Golf Channel special for years. You win it, you get sick, and you die from COVID. You're the only guy we know who's died from it, and you just roll yourself into the history books.
Maybe the last time that he was arguably in a big time tournament was at this golf course. In 2005, he finished his second to Tiger Woods. The heyday Tiger Woods, and then proceeded to go to Vegas and lose $700,000.
That's it. I heard a rumor he lost $55 million of his money
Well, that was just that night.
gambling.
Well, I'm a firm believer that JD drinks enough alcohol that it'd kill the COVID. So I don't think he'd die from it. But I agree. I think he should come out and play. At least give us a show for 2 days.
I completely agree. I mean, he really had an opportunity to go out on top, and he, just going to suck down another Diet Coke. And he quoted that he couldn't fly. Has that guy ever flown anywhere? He's got that stupid bus because he can't afford a plane ticket, I'm assuming. So the thing that I wanted to address that kind of pisses me off is that now with the PGA Championship, no fans. The U.S. Open is declared no fans. We haven't had any word or notification from the Masters quite yet. The British Open has already been canceled. Is there an asterisk on these guys' on the record book if they win this major championship without fans? And it was brought up to me that a couple weeks ago at the workday, someone made the statement that if Justin Thomas rolls in a 50-foot putt and goes absolutely crazy shit, that crazy, like he did, fans go nuts. They're going to be spending minutes calming the crowd down, getting everyone to settle. Colin Morikawa, does he make the 25-footer? That's my question to you guys.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ben.
No, I did. Yes. I think that dude is. I think he's got the talent to do it. I think Colin Morikawa will be around for a lot of years.
Understandable, Jeff.
I never thought of it that way, like you just described it, and it makes sense. That because obviously JT went freaking crazy by himself, and the crowd would go stupid and probably put a lot more pressure on that guy to make the putt. When it essentially feels like a Sunday round out there with nobody around. So yeah, maybe he would have missed it because of that. Who knows?
So, go ahead.
I did hear somebody talking actually this week that like for major championship golf, it could make an actual impact, right? It definitely for somebody like Matt Wolff, maybe somebody that's won once on tour, could easily make it a lot easier to win their first major because they're not dealing with, like Jeff said, if Tiger's anywhere near a top 10, right, dealing with the rollers and all the stuff that goes with him, or your Justin Thomases or those type of people, like it's quiet. I mean, they talked about it almost like it was a college round of golf out there. So, I mean, certainly makes it easier.
I just feel like it's gonna add to some of the history books, and I don't know if we're gonna reflect and think back like 2020. Oh yeah, fucking Webb Simpson won another PGA Championship. But I mean, the difference between Tiger being in the mix and constantly having the ability to have the effect on a crowd by just randomly fucking making a putt or making a par putt and people screaming potatoes or whatever the hell they yell. We saw it last year at the Masters when Brooks Koepka is essentially in the mix to win a Masters championship, and you've got Tiger coming down the stretch making birdies on 16, and I feel like it would affect a lot of players, to include some of the best players in the world like Brooks Koepka. I just wonder, is this something that we're gonna have a little check mark after these three majors that come up, especially with no fans?
I'll tell you after who wins. No, but I mean, very possibly, right? I mean, there's no doubt that it certainly. I mean, I think it does to some degree, right? Because if JT goes out and wins, you're like, okay, that dude knows how to win the big moment, right?
Sure.
But if you do see somebody like Colin Morikawa win his first major, it's easy to say, like, yeah, that dude's pretty solid, but that first one would be like, meh, I don't know. Jeff?
Yeah, no, I think Ben's right. Sorry, I'm listening to like 18 different things going on in my house right now. But I don't know if it gets an asterisk because it's still fucking major and they're still going to be nervous, but it is going to be totally different for somebody if it is their first time to win a major. And then when we get back to normal a year or two or three from now and they get back in that same situation and they got to come down Sunday with fans and the added pressure. So, hey, who knows? Somebody might sneak one in. But once it gets in the record books, it gets in the record books. So you're a major champ.
Can't take it away.
I agree. I mean, that's gonna open a lot of doors, and it seems.
And I can tell you right now, Matt Wolff ain't fucking winning. I hope he doesn't even make the cut.
Wow.
So let's go there. So Jeff, I feel like you have some hatred towards a couple tour players. Not to name a few, but if you had to choose a guy to not make the cut, you have a laundry list of guys who you don't like. Is Matt Wolff one of them?
He's the top right now.
Okay. Ben,
I like Jordan Spieth more than Matt Wolff.
I agree. I think Jordan's coming into his own, and I think he's playing okay. I almost picked him. He is fucking really whiny, but he's actually playing kind of well. So, Ben, is there anyone that you wish not to make the cut?
I mean, outside of your pick to win, Bubba Watson. Dude drives me fucking crazy.
Is it mad? Are you mad about Bubba Watson because he's never taken a lesson? Like,
no, I'm mad at Bubba Watson because he sounds like a whiny little bitch.
Okay.
See, that's a common theme. That's why we don't like these guys. We're like your average Sunday golfers, like to go out and have fun. And then you watch these guys making millions of dollars being little crybabies over the littlest things. And Matt Wolff and Bubba Watson, Jordan Spieth. I mean, do you have somebody else on your list, JC?
I've got way more guys that I hate than both of you combined. I mean, let's just name off a few. Sure, Patrick Reed, Bryson DeChambeau, occasionally Webb Simpson, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas. Who else?
Justin Thomas.
I don't like Justin Thomas. I mean, the guy, I don't understand him. Like, if you raised the perfect white American country club kid, it would pop up. The machine would create Justin Thomas. And it pisses me off because I constantly want the underdog, the guy who like had to struggle to like get there and fucking work his ass off. And I understand. I'm not saying Justin Thomas didn't work his ass off. I'm saying the range he worked his ass off on was a whole lot nicer than a guy like, I don't know, Max Homa, a guy who fucking struggled and played like a par 56 golf course and got to where he was by busting his ass and not having every card dealt with him.
Fair enough.
Should we end it on that? Holy shit. Sorry, I got a little angry.
That's all right. Hey, that's good. It's good Instagram comments right there. I've said a lot of things that probably gonna get me in trouble one of these days. But to close out the podcast, we've got our picks in. We've got guys who we don't want to make the cut.
Nobody makes the cut according to JC.
Well, you got to struggle. You got to be a bum. I want to see a bum on the telecast. Are we going to see a bum on the telecast? I want some guy like this caddie's getting sick on Wednesday, and all of a sudden he's like, shit, let's look out in the street and just pick a guy out, like Happy Gilmore, just like the dude with like one shoe on and like just hold this bag and don't touch anything.
Pick up the quarters off the green.
Don't fucking cough on me. Like, how epic would that be? Like, what kind of storyline do you think we would have with the homeless guy on the green?
Hey, are we coming back Sunday and going live, the three of us, to kind of recap our picks and talk a little bit before the final round? What's the deal?
So, if it was up to me, I would record a podcast maybe Friday night after the cut.
Okay.
And kind of highlight, but
Friday night.
Friday night may not work.
What's going on Friday night, huh?
You might hear a lot about drunk Jeff things again.
We got a golf match Friday.
Okay.
A pool party afterwards.
Pool party.
So we're going to be probably a little lit.
Sober.
Yeah.
You're going to be so sober. The last time I played golf with Ben, me and him both went to the bar and ordered cherry Cokes. So that's the kind of guys you're listening to.
Holy, did Jeff just fall down?
Hey,
look at that, San Francisco.
Fell into the cliff.
Stays there.
Oh, holy shit! All right, let's end it on that. Let's come back. Let's come back Saturday night. I don't know what you're doing. We saw your underwear. It's weird now. Let's come back Saturday night on Instagram Live. I think that would be entertaining content for the listeners, the viewers, the people that we're going to go up and play some golf with in a couple months. Super jacked up about the Aloha Press Classic. Listeners out there, if you guys have any comments, questions, unfortunately, Mr. Stone, we did not get to your question. You guys want to hear his question?
Fire
Yeah.
away.
So I always send out these like, hey, do you guys have any questions or comments for the golf tournament? At Chris Stone 185, do golfers shave their balls with a straight edge or clippers? Asking for a friend.
Just tell him to get a manscaper.
That's I was gonna like post his reply like on our story, but I don't want to. I'd rather shout him out and have it live on Instagram and YouTube and the podcast world. So
I think into an Instagram video and post it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You need to get that onto the story.
It will do. So guys, Ben, Jeff, I really appreciate you guys jumping on. Thank you guys for listening, subscribing, and downloading the podcast and YouTube show. If you haven't had us on Instagram, go do that. We post most of our entertaining content and a lot of shit talking from some of the PGA Tour players out there, to include some of the LPGA Tour players. So with that being said, gentlemen, Jeff, go to work. Ben, have a nightcap and head to bed. I guess it's early for us.
Birthday cocktail, Benji.
Birthday cocktail. It's what's your birthday wish, buddy? Can you tell us?
For Webb Simpson not to make the cut.
Fucking love it. All right, guys, appreciate it.
All right, boys.
Wearing all black.
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
Hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with Cardinals. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire at the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.